Everybody loves ice cream, right? Whether it's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or Rocky Road. But despite the prevalence of these classic flavors, there are plenty of unique varieties around the United States that you might not have ever heard about. But before we talk about regional specialties, let's explore a bit of ice cream history. Frozen desserts have existed for centuries, with accounts from the Tang Dynasty in ancient China, where they enjoyed ice cream made of buffalo milk, flour, and camphor, to the Roman Empire, where they were mixing ice and snow with juices and wines. But for most of human history, these desserts were ice-based and resembled our modern-day snow cone or sorbet more than what we would think of as ice cream. Ice cream began to spread in popularity throughout Europe in the 18th century and was commonly flavored with fruits. Without refrigeration, however, it remained an elusive and expensive treat. Cacao and vanilla, ingredients native to Meso and South America, were also quite expensive. They were commonly used by the Totanic, Maya, and Aztec people, but were introduced to Europe by the Spanish in the 1500s. The process for cultivating vanilla and cacao was labor-intensive and usually the work of enslaved people. Consequently, the history of vanilla and cacao is inherently tied to the histories of conquest and slavery. Food, land, and labor are all factors that fueled colonization, and the more a country conquered, the more power and influence they were seen to have had on the global stage. To have ingredients taken from the New World and brought to Europe, like vanilla and cacao, was a status symbol and lent to these flavors popularity. The aristocratic elite of the 18th century went crazy over these ingredients. And since ice cream was already a dessert reserved for the wealthy, adding vanilla and cacao to their scoops further flaunted their lavishly luxurious lifestyles. Colonists brought their ice cream recipes with them, and many of the founding fathers were known to have enjoyed a scoop or two in their day. In fact, Thomas Jefferson is often credited with introducing French vanilla ice cream to the United States after his time as minister to France. With the advent of insulated ice houses and eventually refrigeration, ice cream became cheaper to produce and more widespread by the mid-19th century. By that point, chocolate and vanilla were already synonymous with our favorite frozen treat. But there's more to the world of ice cream than just chocolate and vanilla. Here are a few unique flavors you'll find around the country. This might look like your classic bubblegum ice cream, but it's actually what those in Pennsylvania know as tea berry. Tea berries, also known as boxberries and checkerberries, are a fruit that grow from the American wintergreen, or Gaultheria procumbens if you want to be fancy. These plants grow along the northeastern United States and Canada and are known for their mildly sweet, minty flavor. Tea berry popularity nationwide probably peaked in the 1960s with Clark's Tea Berry Gum, but you can still find tea berry ice cream throughout Pennsylvania and parts of New England at local creameries and in occasional batch releases from ice cream brands like Turkey Hill and Yuengling. Ube ice cream is a common Filipino dessert with ube, a bright purple yam native to Southeast Asia. Today, it's a popular flavor in Hawaii. You can trace that back to the American occupation of the Philippines and annexation of Hawaii at the end of the 19th century. Sugar plantation owners in Hawaii frequently recruited seasonal workers from the Philippines, catalyzing a wave of migration. Today, a quarter of Hawaii is of Filipino descent, which has had a significant impact on its cuisine. So, what does ube ice cream taste like? Well, of course it's sweet, but it also has a subtle, earthy, almost nutty flavor. Ah, Superman ice cream. This psychedelic hodgepodge of flavors has a contested history, but it is often credited as being invented by Stroh's Ice Cream in Detroit. Regardless of its origins, it has become a staple in ice cream shops throughout Michigan and other parts of the Midwest. It's named after its vibrant color scheme, which is clearly reminiscent of a certain alien superhero. But although the colors of the ice cream are always consistent, the mix of flavors might depend on where you go. A common iteration is lemon, cherry, and blue moon, which is another Midwestern original that is kind of like a marshmallowy sweet. But you will often find variations of vanilla, blueberry banana, and so on and so forth. The regional specificity of ice cream is as varied as the cuisines of the places themselves. You can get a scoop of tiger tail ice cream in Canada, which is a unique combination of orange ice cream and licorice swirls that's surprisingly popular among children. Or there's grape nuts ice cream, which is, yeah, you guessed it, vanilla ice cream swirled with grape nut cereal. That's popular in New England as well as Jamaica. There's matcha and atsuki bean in Japan, brown bread in Ireland. The world is your ice cream oyster. So, what's a flavor unique to where you're from? Or what's a favorite flavor that you've encountered on your travels? Let us know in the comments.